Hello, everybody. What's going on? What's going on? I am Sharon, the Faith Coach, and I am coming to you live today, very briefly. I always say briefly. Anyway, with a great message of inspiration. And the title is Why You Will Thrive in 2024. Yes. Every now and then, guys, I'm going to be looking down or looking to my right for my notes. You got it? All right. Let me make sure you guys can hear me. Message. There I go. There I go. Yes. There I go. There I go. There I go. All right, guys. Why will you thrive in 2024? And I would go as far as saying beyond. Yes. With these quick reminders or revelatory tips, could be confirmational tips, I don't know. With these tips, you will be even more inspired to keep going. You understand what I'm saying? To keep going. No matter what, never ever stop on what God has placed in your heart. It doesn't matter if things are a little difficult sometimes. Okay? Yes. I'm Sharon, the Faith Coach, for those of you who don't know me, which everybody should. And thank you for being a member of Women of Movement Global. Yes, I am a faith coach, which primarily means I help Christian female professionals with their faith and speaking, public speaking, with building their speaker brand, with building a business out, and as well, getting a certification in speaking. Yes, we do all of that. Yes, and I love what I do. I really do. So I want to just come in with these tips really, really briefly. And again, inspire us to keep going no matter the obstacles. Because, and there are many reasons, weapons are indeed formed against you. Me, us, it doesn't mean they will prosper. You understand? So, considering that, what is it? What is that great present, that great gift that God has put in your? What is the story you want to tell regarding the great things? What are those skills, those talents He has placed in you that you just do it when you don't even know you're doing it or doing them, that you can help someone else with, and you can bring that cohesion of a story and your gift together, right? You can bring those, marry those, and guys, you are on your way to building a great brand as you inspire people. Isn't that wonderful? So don't give up what God has for you. Keep going. It doesn't matter how slow things seem. It doesn't matter, because when we are working, God is working as well. But when we are stagnant, we don't want to do anything. We jump in something and we jump back out because someone said something or someone didn't say anything. What can God do with that? That's not faith, especially if we're not communicating how we're feeling. There's so many people who stopped doing what God told them to do, what He told us to do, because of miscommunications. We think sometimes that we have people figured out. I remember, guys, years ago, I would stop so many blessings up because I really thought, I'm speaking to myself when I say we, right? What, a few sentences ago, when I was like, you know what? It walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. I sometimes wasn't a duck. It just looked like a duck, everything about it. And guess what? It was a beautiful swan. And I was wrong. Yes. And that helped me back in so many ways. Now I give people the benefit of the doubt, not in a crazy, unhealthy way, just the contrary, a very, very robust, caring, faithful, joyous way. That's it. And when we are operating in that vein, no one can stop us, not even ourselves. Yes. So be encouraged by that very, very thing. All right. Okay. So I'm going to look to my left and just tell you the three things that can help you, the three reasons why you will thrive in 2024. All right. Let's start with, of course, number one, and this is in no particular order. Number one, continuous learning. You are just a magnet for new growth. Yes. Sometimes you're taking formal courses, sometimes you're taking online courses, sometimes you're reading books, sometimes you're going to workshops, summits, and webinars. Guys, keep doing that. Keep investing in you. You don't have to spend a lot of money to do that. Time is a different story. You're going to have to spend the time and sometimes money, but it's all relative. Yes. So for those of you who are always seeking out knowledge, keep going, keep seeking that knowledge out pertaining to what God has put into you. It needs to speak to you, not empty information. Now, this is also something to consider. Sometimes we get so much information and we're not doing anything with it. We have to really, really meditate on that thing. When I say meditate, just really get into it and keep listening to it over and over again, keep writing things out. This is why I send workbooks out, generally speaking, most of the time with my trainings. I have one today with my speaking club, and they have a workbook with it. Now, that workbook is meant for them to attend the training or watch the replay and really, really write in it. Now, I just ordered a course. I ordered a course. It's a wonderful course. It's a course about Esther and how when we follow the commandments, as it were, or the mandates, the codes, the secret codes is what it's called. And it's by a pastor in London. And I just downloaded his course. It's awesome. It comes with a pretty thick workbook. And guys, I've been listening to the modules over and over again. I haven't started the workbook, but I will. I will. I'm going to do exactly what I'm telling you because number one, I invested in the course and I want to really get more out of it. That's what I'm doing for now because I've been busy with some other things. But guys, I really want to get that in my spirit and meditate on it. Yes, yes. So just ensure that if you're not doing anything to feed your mind, and as we get older, guys, we definitely want to do that even more so, right? Feeding our mind with positive people, places, and things. I would highly recommend that you find something that can help you nourish, cherish, and cultivate that gift God has given you to make you more impactful to help those you will help. Yes, because guys, these are the things that you love doing, right? Those things or that thing he put into your heart. So it's a win-win to me. Yes, it is. So keep going on the formal education or the self-directed education. Okay. All right. Number two is adaptability. These are the reasons you will thrive in 2024. Adaptability. You're like, you know what? Even if we say, I don't like change, which by the way, I like change. If it's productive and progressive, I'm like, let's bring it on. Let's do something different. I love it. Right. But for those of you who really don't like that understandable, understandable, you still have a great attitude about you to just go ahead and roll your sleeves up and say, you know what? I don't like it right now, but and I know it's going to be best for me and the people around me. Yes. And you stay with it. You stay with it. Now, guys, as I often say, we must have a positive attitude about things. And when we do that, that means that even though something is already tough, it's going to be less. It's going to be easier to navigate because we have a better attitude about it. Yes, you ever go into a store or you're somewhere and you just smile at people? I'm not talking about any random person. I'm just talking about a friendly face and you just might smile and they smile back. Even if they don't smile back, that's all right. You did the right thing. What would Jesus do? Jesus would smile at them. Yes. Or sometimes if you let someone in traffic or they let you in and you throw your hand up like thank you, right? And they smile, even if they don't, it's a nice gesture that we appreciate things, right? It's positive. It really is. So adapt accordingly because flexibility is going to get us to the next level on so many levels. It really is. So, how far do you go in adapting and adjusting that is good for you? And again, those people in your sphere. It is extremely important that we go in as the bigger person. Now, if you're like Sharon, you know what? I dropped the ball, I failed, I messed up. Guys, join the crowd, right? That is something that's going to happen from time to time because we're human. Forgive yourself and most definitely forgive other people. It doesn't mean we have to break bread with them. It just means that nothing that's negative and fearful and hurtful and sad is in our heart anymore when we think about them, when we're around them. It just means that we are in that place where we're like, you know what? I'm in a great state of mind, and no person, place, or thing is changing that. I am in control of my life, nobody else. And that's what happens when we don't forgive. But that's another message, all right? Okay, listen, I had to be there. I went there because I was unforgiving and one more than one time in my life, and it was hard to get through, but I got through because guys, let me just say this about just our next level. If we are going to be influential, if we are going to be really impactful the way God would have us to impact people, we have to be emotionally whole. We must be that person. So let things go. Not telling you what to do. Whoever that's for, you do what God tells you to do and told you to do about that particular thing. Because that's how we're going to thrive in 2024. All right. The next thing is effective communication. I talked a little bit about this, but it's a really, really key, guys. We have to give people a chance. We have to open up and it's one thing. And the next thing is we have to be effective communicators as well. If that communication is not perfect, I'm not talking about perfect, but if it's not effective and efficient, guys, who is going to really buy into what we're quote unquote selling, what we're giving out, what we're conveying or trying to convey with our message, but we're not great communicators, right? You know, I'm a speaker. I trained speakers. I always loved the words, and I always did well with words more than numbers. All right, words and diction and spelling and all of that always came easy to me. That's a gift that God has given me. Same thing with writing. Yes. What is that for you? Now, this is the thing. When it comes to communication, yes, sometimes, oftentimes, people who have a gift are going to have an advantage over the people who need to learn certain things, but it can be learned. I'm working around women who are always learning to be better, and they are. They sound better, they look better, their message is impactful. They're doing things because they're doing the work. Yes. So we have to be effective communicators. We have to be effective communicators because we are building movements. By the way, movement doesn't have to be in your brand. The movement is something phenomenal, something bigger than us, the vision, the destiny that God has for us. We're building networks, we're building communities. Yes, start with one thing at a time, and you will do it. It takes a while to build a movement. Why do we want to rush this thing? Stop rushing, stop starting and stopping, and when you are consistent, people will see it and they will go out of their way to help you. They really will. Now, when we're not, people can't really trust us because they're going to be like, oh, she here today, she gone tomorrow. I want to give in to her, but I don't know. Right? We don't want to be that person. So communicate, communicate, communicate. All right. Then I have a bonus for you. The bonus I have for you is self-discipline. We have to continue or start showing up in a consistent fashion, whatever that means to you is different for all of us. It doesn't mean we have to be everything all the time, everywhere. You decide what that looks like for you, what that frequency looks like, what that intensity looks like, what that time looks like, and the fit. It's got like a fit philosophy, whatever that looks like, and then go for it. Go for it. All right. It changes from person to person. Stay in your lane. Don't switch up until the Lord God says so, honey. Yes. All right. So let me just say this regarding discipline. When we prioritize, that's really what I'm talking about, what works for you and what doesn't, then we're on our way to moving up step by step by step. All right. Okay. So guys, again, Sharon the Faith Coach just wanted to come in and encourage you to keep going, to start if you haven't already, because God has something for you. And if God brought you through it, he's bringing you to it. Do you believe it? Believe it. Hebrews 11:1 says faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things unseen. Yes. So, the three reasons you will thrive in 2024 is number one, continuous learning. Number two, adaptability. Number three, effective communication. And number four, or the bonus, is self-discipline. Self-discipline. All right, everyone. I'll see you. I'll see you the next time. You have a nice, great day or night wherever you are and in the world, and whenever you're listening to this. I'll see you the next time. You take care of yourself. Bye-bye, everyone.